We've shown you police body camera footage before. Officers on the ground, behind the wheel, even running toward danger.
But tonight, a new perspective. Body camera footage showing why one Milwaukee police horse and his partner just made history. On today's to-do list, not much. Grazing, napping, and flashing the occasional smile. These days, retired Milwaukee police horse Tanner is settling into the quieter life. What does retirement look like for him, do you think?
Initially, it was a little hard for him, right? I mean, it was just the quietness. He wasn't used to it.
But Tanner's peaceful hoofbeat
Good boy.
once pounded through chaos. It's October 2024. Officer Elmir Misdrak and Tanner are on patrol right near Deer District.
He's a police officer too. He's just 2,000 pounds. So he's trained to run into gunfire. That's hard to train a horse to do that, right? All of their instinct is telling them, run away from the hecticness.
Multiple shots were fired near Water and Knapp Street. One person hit.
Watch out! Get out of the way!
The biggest thing is getting innocent people out of the way.
Get out of the ground! Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
Other officers chase and arrest a man on foot. A gun is recovered, but the incident isn't over. You saw something on the out of the corner of your eye.
And we've seen, a suspect chasing the victim down the street, kind of shooting at him. With the height advantage, we're 10 feet in the air, I'm able to see this thing play out right in front of me. I kind of gave him the cues and put him in gear, and we went towards the suspect.
No, get out of the way! Put the gun on the ground!
As they're dodging people and dodging cars,
You dropped the gun right there!
the second man surrenders.
He just turned around like, okay, I'm not going to outrun a horse, right in the city of Milwaukee.
That chaotic night is what earned this duo a Meritorious Service Award, the first ever given to a Milwaukee police horse.
I hope they kind of look at it and see the bravery, right? These animals go above and beyond what a normal animal should be exposed to.
It wasn't the only time Tanner charged into danger.
He's a solid horse. We've had incidents where we've chased other gunmen down after the Bucks championship. Luckily, with the trust, with me on his back and the cues, he ran into gunfire, no problem. Didn't even hesitate.
Tanner's career helped build trust on Milwaukee streets.
Kids will come up and they'll just hug his head. He stands there like he knows. You don't want to pet a police car. You might want to pet Tanner. So they'll come up, they'll talk to me, they'll tell me what's going on.
Tanner is known around here as a gentle giant, gentle enough to even let me ride. Walk on. The Percheron horse retired in May after 15 years of dedicated service, but alert as ever. I think he knows we're talking about.
Oh, he knows.
Now he's enjoying new friends and a more laid-back routine.
So he can see a bus driving past him at 50 miles an hour and not wink. He sees a chicken and his ears go up, his head goes up, and he's like, holy cow, what is this thing? He needs to say hi. I don't know what it is. He's just checking in. That's his new police herd.
In the end, Tanner didn't just serve the city.
And trot.
He stood by his partner, and that's a bond that doesn't retire.
So it's kind of that two-way street where he appreciates of me taking care of him, and I appreciate him bringing me home every night safe to my family.
And Deanna, there was a man arrested and taken into custody from that night in 2024?
Yeah, that's right, Derek, and he's still in custody. Kalen Ostrowski is charged with first-degree reckless injury. He's expected to show up in court, or rather be in court, December 3rd. Now, you might notice the name of the horse, Tanner. Tanner is named in honor of fallen officer Wendell Tanner, who was killed in the line of duty on September 7th, 1996.